Hey guys, I'm here behind the scenes with Wendy Child. She is a musician here in Nashville. She's sort of new to the Nashville music scene, but she's already kicking butt. So we're here in her home studio talking about her music, and she's got a new single coming out. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second, but first, let's tell everybody more about who Wendy is.
Oh man, who is Wendy? I'm still figuring that out. I moved to Nashville about a year ago, and we came from Dallas. We were in Dallas for 5 years, and then we were from Colorado before that. That's where I met my husband.
Yeah.
Been married for about 7 years now. Crushing it. I've been making music for forever, since I was a teenager. I put out my first little record when I was 18. It was so bad.
About the time when you met your husband.
Right, when I met him in the studio that I was tracking the record in. So it's really bad. Like, it's truly bad. But, I really loved it at the time.
Yeah.
So, I put out a record then did an EP in college, and my style has kind of progressed from a very singer-songwriter, kind of folksy vibe, to now I'm just like hardcore, all the way pop. Just love it so much.
Yeah.
I moved here about a year ago and have just been trying to meet people and kind of figure out where I fit and kind of find my tribe, and just been making a lot of music along the way, and I'm super excited about this next song I've got coming out. It feels very, very me. It feels like more than anything maybe that I've put out yet. It feels very me. So
cool.
I'm super excited.
So tell us the name of the single.
The song is called Suitcase.
Okay.
Coming up pretty quick here soon. I'm super excited. We've been working on it for months.
Yeah.
It's been a long process, and through rewrites and all kinds of different obstacles, and we're just like ready to get it out there. So
cool.
Yeah.
So before we kind of talk more about the song, tell us where you, not just with this song, but in general, like who are some of your sort of idols or people that you've sort of grown up listening to and are inspired by?
Yeah. I am a true product of the 90s, just as true as it comes. So I grew up on NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears, and then also some weird CCM Christian, good old fashioned 90s Christian music like Avalon and Point of Grace and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love pop music so much, unashamedly, I just love it. I wish I had cooler tastes, interesting, eclectic tastes, but I don't. So, Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift and Katy Perry and Lady Gaga, all of that stuff is just, and Beyonce, obviously, the Queen Bee, our Queen Beyonce, obviously I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah.
So, all that kind of stuff, I just love it.
Cool.
So, yeah. That's my vibe.
All right, cool. Well, let's hear a little bit of Suitcase then, and then let's just let's hear a little bit, and then we'll have you kind of tell us the story.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sweet. All right, let me pull it up here. Here we go. This is a verse and a chorus of Suitcase.
I know, it's all about balance, baby. You know, I know, there's distance between us lately. I know, we need a little time to fix it. I know. 'Cause I pick another fight, and you run away. Then we hold each other tight, and the memory fades. I know you got your own thing, and you know I need a space, but I'll never let you go, never let you pack your suitcase. I got where you go, I'm not gonna last forever. You push and I pull, we take on the world together. I know we made a million mistakes, but I never let you go, never let you pack your suitcase.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Thank you. Oh, yay. I'm so excited about it. That's awesome.
So did you record that here?
Some of it.
Okay.
So all the production was done by a production duo called The Infinites, who are amazing. I'm full on obsessed with them. They're so wonderful. And we've worked a lot together over the past couple of years. So they did all of the production, and then some of the vocals were done here, some of them were done at their studio. So I think at the beginning of that song, there's a little part that says, I know, I know. I want to say we took maybe like 300 takes of the words, I know, I know. And we did some here, we did some there, we did some at another home studio. Like, we've tracked the words, I know, pretty much all over the city.
Yeah,
so,
like, never want to hear those words.
Never. I never want to sing the words, I know, ever again, in that low of a register. So yeah, we kind of have done it all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so, Suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about it.
Yes, yeah. So, the way that we wrote this song is Cash,
who's we first?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Me and the producers,
you
the
wrote it
Infinites.
together.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Cash is one of the guys and Ian is one of the guys.
Okay.
So they had sent me this track that Cash had just started working on a little bit and Ian had been messing with. And it was the kind of the bare bones track of what you just heard.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, do you want a top line on this? Like, kind of mess with it, see what you want to write over it. And I wrote the full song over it in like a day. It happened really quick, and it was like in the car, in between errands. Like, I was so excited about it. It happened really fast. And so that original version of Suitcase was a little bit of a different storyline, but similar hooks and similar melodies and that kind of thing. So we all loved it, and we were excited about it. We tracked the whole thing. I got all the way down in the process, and then ended up deciding that we wanted to do a full rewrite of the entire song, which I was like, perfect. It made me feel excited and also panicky. So we ended up kind of all together that second round, rewriting some of it, and just shifted the storyline a little bit. A lot of the lines are actually really similar to the first iteration. But this one feels just a little bit more universal, a little bit more kind of like a story that everybody can identify with. But at the same time remaining still something that I feel like is genuine to me and something that I actually want to say in the world. That's kind of the tough thing. Sometimes with pop music, it can stay really surfacey if you don't really try to bring it down into like a more actual human emotion. So that's kind of what we were trying to do with this. So I wrote most of these lyrics right after I had been on vacation away from my husband. So I went on a vacation with my mom for a week, which was so much fun. I recommend that to everybody. Like, try to get your mom a little tipsy on vacation. It's the best. So
I don't know my mother.
you're like, it's
Sorry,
not
Mom,
the best. I'm sorry, Mom, you weren't tipsy. Everything's fine. So we had so much fun, and I just realized, like, some of the health that you can have by being away from the person you love, and how important that is to stay kind of separate in some of the things in your life, but also how when there is distance between you, like, it is worth figuring that out, so at the end of the day, you can be all over the place, you can travel the world separately, you can have all your own stuff, but it's really having like that thing to come home to is the thing that you really don't want to let go of. That's kind of like worth all the other stuff. So that was kind of the vibe of the whole song. So I'm really excited about that because that feels like a message that's very genuine to my experience. For the first few years of marriage, I didn't know that you could have separate stuff and separate interests and separate friends and separate vacations. I didn't know that was allowed, we drove each other crazy because we just did everything together.
Yeah.
And now on the other side of, quite a few years, realizing like, oh, we're actually better together when we have stuff apart. Right. That's been such a helpful message for me, and it's just like changed our whole marriage and our whole situation. So, and it's made us so much happier, and we love each other so much more, now that we can stay separate in some things and be together in some things. So
That's awesome.
It felt like a message that I was like actually excited to put into the world. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Stay tuned for Wendy Child. She's going to be here to help you and answer all your questions about marriage.
Yes, exactly. Marriage expert in the fact that I just have messed up in basically every way that you can, not doing it good. So
you put it into your music. And
yeah.
So when you wrote the song, did it pretty come naturally to you, that whole sort of theme? Because that's sort of what you were
I was just very in it, I think. And it, you know, when you're writing, especially when I'm top lining, when a track already exists that I'm just putting melodies and lyrics on top of, it's either you go immediately to as shallow as they come, and it's, you know, you're singing like rah-rahs and fun, but very like universal themes that aren't really meaningful at all. Either that, or you're just in something and it's really easy to go to that specific like emotion that you're in. So that's kind of how that happened. That was just kind of a thought process that I was very much in at the moment, and realizing the beauty of it and the struggle of it, and so that it flowed really quickly. Yeah. Once I kind of got my head around it. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the single's coming out soon. Is it going to be on a full length album, or is it sort of just?
Not right now. So we are just doing the single for now.
Okay.
I've realized, just for where I'm at in my life and in my career, singles make so much more sense than putting all the time and energy and resources into a full length record. So, and when I consume music, I usually only consume singles because I suck and I'm a millennial and I'm the worst. But I'm like, give me that Ariana single and then I'm out of here, you know? Yeah. So, I just decided like I want to put out music in the way that I consume music, which is just singles. So I've got kind of a string of singles that I've been working on that will kind of all tie together thematically and sound-wise, hopefully. So there will be more singles to come for sure this year, but for now, getting Suitcase out and then moving on from there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, you're still pretty new to Nashville.
Yes.
But do you have any shows coming up either here or elsewhere that you're going to be doing live stuff, or are you kind of focusing on this
right now? Not right at the moment. I don't have any shows planned right now. I would love to. That's in the plans for sure.
Yeah.
But really been focusing on the recording and the songwriting and getting that stuff ready to go out, and then we'll plan some shows after that. The plan. Yeah.
And all this is going to be on your website?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Wendy Child Music.
Link that for all of you who are watching.
Yep.
I'm assuming since you're a millennial,
yes,
you've got Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff.
I
so
suck, but I do. Yeah, all my socials, Instagram and Facebook, and Twitter is a thing, and I have a Twitter, but I do not know how to use it because somehow I'm like 1,000 years old in my brain.
Get into Twitter either.
My husband loves it, and I've really tried.
Yeah, I just can't get into Twitter.
I don't understand it enough, or I don't know. But Instagram, I know pictures. I can do some pictures. So I'm on all those socials.
Cool. So we'll link all that stuff for you guys as well. I don't know. Thanks for letting us into your little house here.
Of course. So I think what you're doing is really cool. Trying to get some like behind the scenes stories of what's going on with people. It's easy to just see kind of the shiny like thing that you put on Instagram, you know, and the thing that you really want people to see you as your image. But this is a cool like to see what people's actual lives are like.
I think too, especially for artists, like a lot of people don't know really how much work goes into what you do. They don't realize you had to sing the words "I know" 300 times, you know, just that part of one song, you know.
Totally.
So I think it's good to kind of, you know, let people know, like, we mean business. This is real, and it takes a lot of work, and So I love it. When people buy your music, they help you and keep growing, and
it's super helpful, and all the support, every stream on Spotify or every sale on iTunes or every even like on Instagram, like it all means so much to me that people are listening and that people, you know, enjoy what I'm trying to put out into the world, and it means a lot.
So are you fully digital at this point? Do people even make CDs anymore?
What's a CD? What are you talking about? I'm fully digital. Yeah. I did like download cards a couple of years ago that just did not, nobody cared at that point either. So full digital. Because I don't, again, like trying to put out music the way I consume it. True. I don't buy CDs anymore. I probably should, but I don't. So it's all digital for me.
You
so
can
that's
tell I'm a little older.
No!
I'm like, where have all the CDs go?
You're like, I need my CD tower with the stacks.
I used to love like reading the lyrics.
Totally.
And opening all the little booklets.
There is something magical about that we are missing for sure. But
But, you know,
Someday,
times
maybe.
change. Yeah.
Times change. Well, and everybody's going back to vinyl these days.
I
It's like the
know.
cool, hip thing to do. So maybe
Yeah.
CDs will make a
I
resurgence.
don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much. This was
thank
super
you.
fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, check out Wendy's music. You want to maybe play it as we
Yeah.
say goodbye?
A little play
little
out.
outro
Let's do it.
groove.
I hope the distance will make us closer. We go,
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
but we start